Mm,
It's coming. Can you see I'm live? Kino is not. Film Yuki. This can coming on Wednesday. Film Yuki. You cannot play ball. You have to stop it for like 1 hour. Stop. Don't be about this nonsense. Then you go inside. And I don't want noise in the passage too, so you cannot be here. Are you okay? What do you want to use it for? Bad for you. From prison to go and take it, but to make it is fun. Hmm? She knows he's on his way home. Titi from she was coming home. Yeah. I'm going to see. Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's bootcamp. If you can hear me, if you can see my screen, just react to the message. Just react. Let me see your reaction or send in a message. If you can see my screen and if you can hear my voice, kindly react. Kindly react so I can know that we are together. Okay, let's just hold on 3 more minutes for others to join in. Let's hold on 3 more minutes for others to join in. 3 more minutes and we get started. Let's just give others 3 more minutes and we get started. Can you hear me? Thumbs up if you can hear me. Thumbs up. Let me know if you can hear my voice. If you can hear me, thumbs up. Can you hear me? If you can hear me, please react or send an emoji. We start in 2 minutes. We're waiting for others to join in. We're waiting for others to join in. Yes. Okay, so we start in the next few seconds. We just have few seconds to start. Few seconds before we start. Can you see the image now? Can you see the image now? Mubarka, can you see the image now? Maybe it's your network because I think others are seeing it. You can't see my image. Okay. I will share my screen again. Can you see it now? Can you see my screen now? Please let me know if you can see my screen. Okay, thank you very much. So we are starting now. Yes. So hello everyone and good evening. Welcome to today's live. Welcome to day one of our bootcamp, which is Introduction to Social Media Management and Personal Branding. I hope you're with your book, your paper, phone for you to jot and take up some information. Mayowa, and I am your tutor for today, and I'm very excited to have every one of you on this live bootcamp. I'm really happy. We actually kick off with our 2 days bootcamp. For day one, we are going to be understanding how brands shows up online and how social media platforms strategically. Then for day two, we can start talking about personal branding and brand identity and every brochure. You know what I'm talking about if you have read through. So are we ready to move on? So I think everybody can see my screen, right? If you cannot see my screen, just say no and I'll see you in the comment section. Maybe I'll work on my internet. Okay, so like I said, this is an introduction course and it's very beginner friendly. But don't worry, after the section, we are going to on the WhatsApp group. So you can drop your questions here as I talk so that you don't forget later on. Then we'll answer them on the WhatsApp platform. Yeah, so let's go right in. We're going into our table of contents now. Can you see my screen? Our table of content. Now, the first thing we're going to talk about is introduction to digital marketing. Obviously, we have to look into the father of social media, digital marketing. We're going to talk about what is digital marketing and its advantages. We're also going to talk about social media management, impact and value of social media management to brands, difference between social media management and marketing. Then we're also going to talk about the skills involved in social media management, including soft skills and hard skills. Then we're going to talk about essential tools needed by media managers. What are those tools that makes you a social media manager and how you can use them? That's where we are going to stop for day one. Then for day two, we're going to go into introduction to personal branding, bio optimization using search engine optimizations. Then we're also going to have a practical section using Canva, how to create a carousel post that will actually carry out what they call it, the hook, the value points, and the CTA, which is the call to action. Then we're also going to talk about the roadmap to becoming a social media manager. We're going to go through for day two is digital marketing. Now, digital marketing, digital tools to promote products, services, or ideas involve using online sites, search engines, emails, online ads to reach people, build awareness, drive sales. And now, in recent times where we are now, a lot of businesses operate one way or the other online. It could be through their websites, their e-commerce, their social media pages, or the digital service you offer, even as a personal brand. And now, the digital world now, social media has helped us to reach a on the globe. You could reach different countries, different continents just with a post you made. Unlike then during traditional media or your billboard is actually limited to one environment, limited to one kind of people. Yeah, but now social media actually gives you a wide range of view. Someone in a different continent can actually see what you're posting in another continent. So that is social media. So if you want to sell something, offer a service, or you want to be known, social media is actually the place. Digital marketing helps you show up and be seen, not just locally, but access to the world. That's one special advantage about social media digital marketing. Now let's quickly look at why digital marketing matters, not just for business brands, but also for personal brands. Number one, we have visibility. Yes, social media can help you discover, can help the right people discover your brand online. That's one advantage I was talking about when I said you can actually wide range of persons beyond the globe. Because if you are just using your billboard, I still do that your billboard and your flyers place, but social media helps you, to take it out to a wide range of persons. Then we have credibility. Digital presence builds trust and professionalism. Yes. Then we have engagement, very important. Enables direct two-way communication with your audience. You could through messages, replying their DM. But if we are to compare it now with traditional marketing, when you see someone with your flyer, they may not even engage it. You may not even know how to communicate to them when they have other questions or so. Like the way digital marketing will make it more easier. Then we also have sales and growth. Yes, awareness leads to traffic, leads, and conversion. Digital marketing has been said to boost growth, the growth of a lot of business and even personal brands that offer service. Then we have cost effective. You can reach thousands of people without a large budget. That's one thing with social digital marketing. Instead of the billboard and flyers that used to trend before, now you can just make a post online and you're reaching someone in Nigeria, it's reaching someone in another country, someone in another continent, someone in another place. You get what I'm trying to say? Then scalability, that's what I'm trying to explain now, beyond locations. Then we have analytics. Yes, you can make your contents are performing. You can know who are those people interested, what are those people that are interested, what do they like, what they don't like. You can be strategized with those you see over time. You can actually strategize. That's one thing digital marketing matters in this generation. So let's talk about the branches of digital marketing. If you are following up, just give me thumbs up. If you are following up, give me thumbs up. If you are following up, just give me a thumbs up. Can you hear me, everyone? It's a reaction. I can't see a reaction. Okay, so let's move on now to branches of digital marketing. Now, what are the branches of digital marketing? We have social media marketing. That's using social media platform to promote products, services, often through paid ads, campaigns, and promotions to reach a wider audience. Then we also have social media management, which we're actually looking into today. What is social media management? It's the day-to-day handling of a social media brand account. It could be through content creation, posting, engagement, analytics. That's the role of a social media manager. Then we have search engine optimization. That's actually like optimizing your content so they appear higher on search engine. They can rank higher on search engine like Google or even social media platforms. The use of keywords, the use of words that actually make it rank higher on. You all know what this is. When you create valuable content that people you can educate people with, people can, that's very common among us now. Subscribers, for updates, for promotions, for valuable information. And this can trust. It builds trust. Email marketing is one key branch of digital marketing. Then we have paid advertising, PPC, which is pay per click. This is mostly common in Google search engines like, and also YouTube, whereby you run campaigns on platforms and brands pay to reach specific kind of audience. Then we also have influencer marketing, whereby you partner with an influencer who has a large following, large engagement, a large community to promote your brand to their audience. Yes, you have something like that. An influencer that actually relates to your brand, have affiliate marketing, promoting other people's products and earning a commission for every sale or action made through your referral link. Now, most of us consider affiliate marketing under digital marketing, but you need to know how it works. Then we have video marketing. It's almost the same with content marketing, whereby you create short form or long form of videos to educate, entertain people. Then mobile marketing, SMS marketing, mobile apps, mobile optimized ads, where you see it in your games, in your SMS message. These are all the branches of social media. There are more, but these are the ones we'll be listing today. So let's move on to what is social media management. Now, what is social media management? Social media management is the strategic processing process of planning, creating, scheduling, analyzing, and engaging with content across social media platforms to help a brand build visibility, trust, and a community. Now, it's just like saying running a brand's entire social media platform, making sure the right content goes out, at the right time, with the right message, and to the right audience. And the social media manager actually makes use of all these too, content planning and strategy, content creation, scheduling and posting, tracking analytics and growth, and also maintaining a consistent brand identity. Now, this is something we are going to be looking at tomorrow. The introduction to brand identity. What is a brand identity? How can you be consistent with it? This is a very key function for every brand. You need to know how to maintain your brand identity. Don't just be random. Let's also talk about the impact and the value social media adds to business brands, personal brands. Now, it actually builds visibility and awareness. Now, a good social media platform keeps a brand consistent in front of its audience and it increases recognition across every platform. So it actually helps with awareness, with brand visibility. Management helps you do that when you have a good social media manager. Credibility, when you put out constant content, valuable content, it makes your, and people often trust what they actually see. So it's more like building trust. Yes. They also have strong community and engagement. Now, to comment, DMs, feedbacks, feedbacks from customer, and actually work about them, replying them in a professional way. It's not like when someone gives you tough to handle things professionally. They will also have boost sales and trust, which we talked about. Credibility will make people buy, sign up, or take action with your product, with your service. So that means you also actually influence your audience, influence their decision to actually purchase either or in heavy quantity. Then we also have humanize the brand. Are we following up, please? Can you hear me now? Can we all hear now? My screen. Can you see my screen? Just tell me if you can see my screen. Okay, so let's move on. You can also do well to go to the group and inform others we have actually started. Okay, so we stopped at humanizing the brand. Let's continue. Now, I talked about humanizing the brand, showing the brand personality, true values. You can even share your behind the scene moments and make your content as a way you can humanize your brand. Then we also talk about improving social media management helps in improving customer support, especially with strong community and engagement, replying to comments, making it easier for people to fast response. Very important. Very important. Then we have data driven decision analytics. That's why I say data analytics, tracking your data analytics is very, very important, because through those data, you can actually make decision based on it. You can find out what your audience actually wants. They don't want to go like this, or you can re-strategize your content, your posts, something, your service, those decisions. Then we have competitive advantage. Now, this social media managed brand actually give you a competitive advantage above every other brand. It keeps your brand ahead of competitors who are. Just imagine we have two social media platforms whereby one actually has a good customer support, whereby they can even through comments, through your message, you message them on platforms. The brand that does not actually reply fast, obviously, even sometimes if the other brand that reply fast is not as good as the first one, people will still rely on that one. Why? Because they know they have answers to their solution fast. They have someone that can respond to their problem fast. So it actually gives you competitive advantage. So now let's move on to the last one, strengthen brand identity. This is very important for social media. You have to know how to be consistent with your brand identity. And social media management actually strengthens your brand identity, especially when you're consistent with it. It could be through your typography, your logo, your pictures, your tone of communicating, your pattern of communicating, and constant across all platforms. Not that this platform is a different manage and manage your brand. So for those of us that I'm talking about our network not being good, this video is actually later. So you can tell those on the WhatsApp platform, we can get them the video after we are done with the class. So now we are moving on to the differences between social media management and social media marketing. Now a lot of people actually confuse this and they don't know what is actually media manager supposed to do, what's the social media marketer supposed to do. Though sometimes some brands, especially small brands, they employ social media managers to actually run campaign for them, but it's actually very different. So number one, let's talk about their purpose. Now, what's the purpose of a social media manager? To focus on daily content, posting, and community engagement. Why a marketer will focus on running strategic campaign to drive sales, lead, and conversion. So you can see they are different now. The purpose of the other one that run campaigns that leads to results. A social media manager also managed to lead to results, but the result of a social media manager and a marketer is different. The goal of a social media manager is to maintain the brand presence and the relationship with customers, with fans, with the audience. While a social media marketer achieve measurable business outcome. What are those measurable business outcome? Like the sales, they drive traffic, they drive sign-ups, they drive leads, they drive conversions. Those are the goals of a social media marketer. Then we have the activities. Actually replies to comments, they schedule the post, they plan the content planning using content calendars. While the social media marketer creates ad campaigns, they create the campaigns, they target the audience, and they make sales, they boost sales. That's actually the activities of a social media marketer. Then we have time frame. Now, a social media manager's job is actually ongoing, an everyday operation. You have to be there, you have to be active every day. But a social media more like a short term role. Why? Because you don't run campaign every time, you don't run promotion every time. So it's a seasonal campaign. It happens within a period of time. Just like you can see Temu now. This will not happen forever. It's just happening for a specific period of time. But this is a long term campaign, as we can see. Then we also have metric management. You can actually and you manage the engagement, you get the metrics for the engagements, the reach. Why for marketing, you get the metrics of sales, conversion, click-through rates, and even ROI, which is return on investment. Then let's look at the skills involved in a social media manager. We have soft skills and we have hard skills. If you're with me, let me just see your thumbs up. If you're with me, if you have any question, you can drop it on the chat and we'll look through it in our WhatsApp platform. And remember, today we are only dealing with social media management, and tomorrow we are going into personal branding. So now let's go into the skills. We have soft skills and hard skill needed for social media management. Now, for the soft skills, we have communication skills, crafting clear message for the audience, responding professional, and understanding how to speak in the brand tone. That's why you need to understand the brand identity. You need to know how to communicate with your audience. So, manager. Then we talk with also creativity, create trends, keep up with trends, what's happening. You need to know what is happening, you know, and content concepts that will keep your audience engaged. You need to know the kind of content. Don't repeat things every time. You need to be creative. You need to know how to think outside the box. Then we also have critical thinking, very important, especially to solve customer understand your customer behavior. So critical thinking, you need to know how to think, how this will work, how this will not work, how this does not support, how this supports. You need to have critical thinking. Then we have time management. Yes, you need to know how to buy platforms using content calendars, and you need to know how to use deadlines. If you say you're posting now, you need to post now. You need to know how to be consistent, showing up. Time management. You need to know how to manage your time. That's why scheduling tools are very, very important to schedule your content. You can even put a whole content for a week and they just post without you being there. You already know the work is done. Then we have adaptability. You need to know how to adapt. Social media changes fast. Today, something else could be trending. Another thing could be trending. You need to know how to keep up with those things, especially when they are related to your brand, when they're related to your niche. You need to know how to keep up with those things. And you need to know how to learn fast. You need to know how to learn fast because anything can just happen. Unexpected trends, unexpected news, unexpected updates. You need to know how to, need to know how to act fast. Then we have problem solving. Yes, you need to know how to handle situations, how to handle problems, especially something like customer complaints, online issues, or maybe just something went wrong and the customer is nagging. You don't nag for nag. You need to know how to solve those kind of things. Then we have attention to details. Very, very important. Very important, especially in your bio optimization, your profile optimization, posts using keywords. You need to know how to pay attention to details. You need to ensure that your caption, your hashtags, the brands, the graphics you're using, they need to match to your brand identity. They need to match to your brand voice. Your voice. If it's a color you're using, it has to match. If it's a typography you're using, it has to match. If it's a voice you're using, it has to match. So you need to know how to pay attention to details. Then we have emotional intelligence. Like I said earlier, in problem solving, you need to know how to respond politely to comments, managing tough situations, managing tough comments. You need to know how to manage it professionally. So you need emotional intelligence. You need to understand how your audience feel. Yes, so emotional intelligence is very important. Then we have team collaboration. Now, as a social media manager, you are not working alone. You're going to have the marketers, you're going to have content creators, graphic designer, video editors, and even the business owners. You need to know how to work smoothly with them one on hand, one on one. You need to know how to work with others. Yes. Then we also have storytelling, one of the popular thing now in content creating. Tell us how your brand came about. Give us the behind the scene. Let us those things lead to trust. They lead to, your audience relying on you, your customers relying on you. Turning ideas into content that connects people emotionally. Yeah, so you need to know how to tell your story. Storytelling is very important, very, very important. So let's move on to hard skills now. If you can still hear me, let me see your thumbs up. If you can hear me, let me see your thumbs up. This is the message. Can you hear me? Can you see my screen before we move social media management? Okay, so let's move on to hard skill needed in social media management. Now, the hard skill needed in social media management, number one, content creating, very, very important. Now, your content can be in form of graphics, it can be in form of writing, it can be in form of visually appealing concepts, even very important. Your content creating could come through things like that. So you need to know how to create content. You need to know how to create content. Then we have copywriting, very important. You need to know options, hook, CTA, which is call to action, and storytelling that can actually drive action. You need to know how to come up with things like that, and also involve keywords. Keywords and search engine of CEO also involve those things. Then we have social media strategies. You need to know how to strategize. You need to know how to develop content plan. You need to know how to schedule plan. Long-term strategies that can keep you going. You need to know how to come up with things like that. Then we have analytics and reports, like I was saying, reading insights, tracking performance, understanding metrics, and making data-backed decisions. Yes, you need to know how to make data-backed decisions. You need to know how to track the analytics, track the performance of how the social media is performing or how your audience are engaging, what is working, what is not working, like I said before. Then we have search engine optimization for social media platforms. Using keywords, I said the same thing, using keywords, hashtag, optimize bio to increase discoverability and search ranking, especially on search engines or your social media platform like your bio, your profile, your username, your post, your captions should carry keywords. It should carry keywords. Your thumbnail draw your audience attention that can actually even make you that service they need that is relating to your niche or the service you offer. Then trend research, like I said earlier before, you need to know how to identify new trends, new sound, new formats, identify your audience behaviors and to stay relevant. Check for things that your audience like. Check for things they like. You need to know how to keep up with those kind of things, with trends, with updates, with what's happening. Then we have social media tool masteries. Yeah, you need to know how to use platforms, analytic tools, content planning softwares. You need to know how to use social media to end the class today. Then we have community management, like I have been saying, DM, audience interaction. You need to know how to interact with them professionally, effectively. You need to know how to manage a community, very important. Then basic photography and videography is important. Paid ads, this is actually the job of a social media marketer, but as a social media manager, you need to have understanding of how to run all these ads and campaign. Now, most of the skills here, you just need to know the basics of them because, especially, okay, let's talk about something like basic videography and photography, paid ads, content creation. Most times, it's actually the job of a content creator. Being a social media makes you a content creator, but you need to understand how these things work. Even if it's basic knowledge, you need to know how they work. How this content, you need to know those things. So yes, very important, even if they are basic knowledge. So let's move on to the essential tools needed for a social media manager. Now it's still together. If we're still together, let me see your thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Okay, so let's move on to the essential tools needed for a social media manager. Number one, we have content creation tools. We have Canva. which you can use to create, graphic designs, carousel posts. You can even use Canva now for email marketing, for websites, for videos too. You can use it. Adobe Express, we have Photoshops, mostly used for graphic design. Then CapCut to edit your videos. CapCut, very important. You need to know how, even if they are basic edits, you need to know how to use CapCut. Edit for reels, for graphic design, for flyers, for thumbnails, and everything else. Then you need to know how to use scheduling and planning tools like Buffer, Hootsuite, Lata, Meta Business Suite, and social media platform that have inbuilt scheduling tools, even analytic tools. So you need to understand how these things work. And all these kind of tools, you use them to schedule your post in advance, manage multiple accounts, and even maintain consistency. Especially on Canva. I think Canva has they have a feature now whereby you can save your brand identity, your color, your typography, everything. You can save it in there and no need to like taking it every time one by one. You can just save it there. Then we also have analytics and insight tools. We have Instagram Insights, we have Meta Business Suite, we have Google Analytics. Use all these analytic tools for use them to track reach, track your impressions, track your follower counts, and also major campaign performance. Yeah, campaign performance. That means you are not the only one to master it. Social media marketers too need to understand how analytics work. Then I'm also going to talk about search engine optimization and keyword research tools. We're going to tomorrow, which is day two. And examples are Uber Suggest, Google Keyword Planner. Into Google Keyword Planner is very easy to use. You can search for what are people actually looking for, what do they want to know. Check for what is trending, what are people looking for, create content relating to those things, and use keywords that actually match it. So that when people actually search for that thing they want and it relates to your content, they can find you more easily. You can rank higher than others. So keywords are very important in for a social media manager. Task management tools, we have Notion, Trello, Google Sheets, Microsoft To Do. Yeah, easier. Notion is not actually beginner friendly if you want to start. So all content calendar, track tasks and deadline. When I talk about time management, all these tools actually make time management more easier. It also helps you store ideas and strategies. You need to keep up with content. I mean, with trends, with updates. You need to know what is happening, like your social media platform. It could be through TikTok, it could be through Pinterest, it could be through your Instagram Explore or your X trends. X even makes it easier. It gives us what is trending, tells you what is happening. So you find trending and you discover viral sounds and formats to actually like post your content. Then we have communication and collaboration tools. We have WhatsApp, Zoom meeting, Google Meet, Zoom, WhatsApp, even the YouTube live we're doing right now, to communicate with your clients or your team members, hold meeting and discuss strategy. We all communication tools, we all know how to use these things. Then we have link and bio tools, very important in these days now. You have a lot of links leading to your order selling, or maybe to just something you want them to subscribe to or check out. You could put all your link in one place. That's sharing multiple links in one bio. Your bio could carry all your link at once, and you could even track how your link is being clicked. You could check it out and see how your link is being clicked. Now, so these are the essential tools for social media managers. Like I said, content creation tools, scheduling and posting tools, analytic tools, search engine optimization, research tools. Then we have project and task management tools, content research tools. We have link and bio tools. So this is where we're actually going to be stopping today. We spoke about digital marketing, about we spoke about what social media management means. We spoke about the impact and value of social media management to brands. We spoke about the differences between a social media manager and a social media in their roles, their goals, their purpose, their time frame, and their metrics. We spoke about it. Media management. We spoke about soft and hard skills. In soft skills, I said communication, critical thinking, time management, adaptability, problem solving, attention to details, emotional intelligence, team collaboration, and storytelling. We also, even if you don't know these skills professionally or fully, you need to know basic. You need to have basic knowledge of all these skills. We talked about
content creation, copywriting, social media strategies, analytics and reporting, search engine optimization for social media, trend research, social media tool mastery, community management, basic photography and videography, basic art. Then we also spoke about the tools which we just finished talking about: content creation tools, scheduling and planning tools, analytic tools, search engine optimization and key research tools, and bio tools. And tomorrow we'll be talking about introduction to personal branding, brand identity, how to optimize, how these things work. And we're also going to be having a practical section using Canva on how to create a post with a hook, a value point, and a call to action. So day two is like, day one is important, day two is also very, very, very important. So do not miss day two. So thank you very much for catching up, for showing up today. I really appreciate everybody. I really appreciate everybody. Just I really appreciate everybody. Thank you so much. So let's go to the WhatsApp, ask your questions so that we can end it.